The proposed next generation science standards are designed to improve how science is taught in millions of classrooms throughout the country. A coalition of scientists, teachers, and 26 states, including California, developed the recommendations for sweeping changes in K-12 science education. Nancy Taylor, executive director of San Diego Science Alliance, reviewed the standards, and John Spiegel, science coordinator with the County Office of Education, are here to fill us in on some of these changes. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John, how will science courses change as far as how they're being taught if this proposed recommendations go through?
Yeah, I think the big change that we're going to see is we're going to see science transform itself from less facts and information to more about the processes and the skills that students need to be a scientist.
So, for example, is it more hands-on, how you would go about, give me an example of how that might
more
work.
hands-on, more problem-solving, more use of an analysis of data and information that students are gathering as part of doing science.
So kind of teaching them how to be a scientist.
Correct.
Okay. And Nancy, I understand that climate change, which is already being taught in California schools, is considered a core concept in this. What is a core concept?
Well, a core concept in next generation science standards really represents a disciplinary set of core concepts that we build upon throughout a child's educational process. So, for instance, a core concept to support an understanding of climate change might be the weather cycle at an earlier grade, and become more sophisticated to understanding the natural mechanism of greenhouse gases, and then a more sophisticated level of looking at data in secondary
So sort of introducing it early, because I understand one of the recommendations is to introduce kind of climate change, weather in middle schools.
That's correct. That's correct. In California, we have a little curriculum, the Education and the Environment Initiative, that is already doing that at many grade levels in California classrooms.
Another first, I understand, is a recommendation for engineering curriculum in the K through 12 grades. Why do you think we need that now?
What is happening in next generation science standards is really a pairing of engineering practices and scientific practices. So just as in science we inquire, in engineering we're thinking about designs for solutions, using data to help us think about new ways.
And do you think, and I'm thinking San Diego specifically, we have the biotech community here, do you think that we're losing out? Is this compared to some of this came about because kids here aren't getting the same education in engineering, math, science as kids in other nations?
Well, I think that's part of the goal of the next generation science standards, is to make sure our students don't lose out, that they're able to compete and have an interest to go into these science fields. And San Diego is very rich for the opportunities that are here, and we'd like our students to participate in that.
Are we lagging here in San Diego compared to, let's say, other districts either throughout the country or throughout the state?
I don't know if we're lagging. I know that we definitely need more students to pursue that route.
All right, the California State Board of Education is expected to approve this. My understanding is in November, but they also have to go through a public process. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my understanding is right now that before they go to the board, that there'll be a process for the public to provide input into the current standards and make recommendations, and then later in the summer the board will be introduced to the standards and will approve it or make their decision in November.
And I understand they can do that online, and folks can find that link on our website, kpbs.org. Nancy, do you think, let's say it all gets approved and it goes through, and these changes, math, science, engineering, it all goes through here in San Diego, do you think teachers are ready, or how are they preparing for this?
I think teachers are more than ready to embrace a new approach to science education that really will inspire them in the classroom to use different tools and technologies to help students inquire and explore these core disciplinary concepts, but also the students as well.
How long do you think, John, if these did get approved in the public hearings, everything went okay, how long before we'd actually see sort of the shift in classrooms here?
I would think we would start seeing the shift right away as far as learning about the practices and being able to start bringing those in. and then over the course of the next year or so beginning to do professional development and find curriculum that's going to help us to implement it more fully.
Well, as a science fan, I'm excited to see what happens. Thank you both so much
Thank
for
you.
talking with us.
Thank you.